uses brute force. He fights to win.
Kull is a common man who, by chance of fate, becomes king.
Action hero? With a sense of humor?
I can't take a man's life. Now, you tell me?
Hello, I'm Kevin Sorbo, and on television I play Hercules, but I've just completed a movie featuring another legendary hero, Kull the Conqueror. Now, Kull is a little bit different from Hercules. Well, actually, he's a lot different. And during the next half hour, I'll take you behind the scenes for the making of Kull the Conqueror to see how we put together this sword and sorcery adventure. But first, a little history lesson. The character of Kull comes from the creative mind of author Robert E. Howard. His works were first adapted for the big screen in the 1980s when Arnold Schwarzenegger played Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer.
We developed this project with the intention of writing a script that if Arnold was willing to play the lead in, it would be the third Conan.
Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
Arnold was actually really interested in it for a while, and he eventually said he wasn't ready at the time to do another Conan picture and run around in a loincloth. So we redeveloped the script for the Kull character because I don't believe anybody else can be Conan but Arnold.
There's a lot of differences as well, and one is probably in terms of body size. Arnold was a lot bigger than I was.
Who are you?
Kull of Atlantis.
Kull was the father of Conan. This is before Conan. And so for people that didn't know that, and they read the storylines in the comic books, Kull was the father of Conan.
To do this kind of movie after Conan, 16 years after Conan, I think you have to, without the right guy in the lead, I want to make this movie. And it took us almost 3 years to find Kevin.
Fanara from the house of Bolin, as pure as virgin snow.
We've met. She's not that pure.
Kevin's like a superhero. He's a Mr. Super guy. He's cool. He's fun to work with. He doesn't say no. I push, he says fine. I push harder, he says fine. I push harder, he comes up with more ideas.
I did a screen test on Kevin 2.5 years ago when the Hercules series had barely started. He's got it all. He's got the charm, the strength.
Kull is a guy from the wrong sides of the track. His dream, his goal in life was to become a king. I mean, he knew what he wanted, he went for it, and very early in the film, he does become king.
The crown, Kull. Give it to me. Telegar is the head of the Dragon Legion, which is the elite group that King Borna has put together. And he feels he's next in line once King Borna is killed.
Kull had respect for him because he thought he was a fair player. And he's not a fair player.
In the Queen's name, lay down your arms.
In the King's name, lay down yours. When Kull comes into the picture, he takes the crown. It's like, well, where'd this come from? So Telegara has a bit of a problem with that, to put it mildly.
They have some epic battles with each other, and it's culminated at the very end with, well, we know who's going to win, because lucky me, I got the lead, so it's... Sorry, Tom.
Kull, come on, it's me, you. No, I was joking. It was a joke. Come on.
The role is perfect for me because of my beautiful sense of style. And my lovely hair. My lovely hair, which I think they got off a Croatian dog. Certainly got the fleas with it.
I'm a pirate. Oh.
When they brought Harvey and they tailored the part for him, they totally rewrote the part. And which totally made me relearn all new lines. I had that scenes all memorized. Suckers went and did that to me.
Kull and Juba were very good friends. They were partners in piracy.
Oh, Kull, you haven't changed at all, my friend. Come, you bulging bag of muscle and hair.
I haven't seen him for years, and it's very exciting for me because we were once partners. And I think maybe I'll get him back again.
So come on, Kull. We're back in business, right?
There's a lot of arcs he has to go through in his life. I think he's always been a barbarian, and I think he's been a barbarian in terms of sexuality as well. You'll read the hands of fate. You read them for me once. King by the hand of a king, remember?
I'm surprised you remember, my lord. You were very drunk. I play Zaretta, who is a pure soul, who is at the same time a very strong woman.
I will not command your affections, Zaretta. You're free to go.
I choose to stay. Kull and Zaretta are very similar in their heart and what they believe in. And even though Kull gets a little sidetracked by glitters and hopes of grand, of being a grand king.
He spurns her for a woman of nobility because he figures that's the way you're supposed to do it. Not long ago, I was just a pirate. Today, I am king. And I've won the loveliest of noble women. Who would have thought it? He learns very quickly that that's a huge mistake.
Come, kiss your bride.
Tia Carrera, who plays Akavasha, who was a 3,000-year-old queen. She was a mummy that's revived through black magic.
Sacred flame, protect us from the cold!
The reason why I responded to this material was because it's so much fun exploring that darker side of human nature and cutting loose. We're all so doggone polite all the time. It's nice to cut loose and get truly evil.
By the grace of Volga, I will send you back to the darkest pit of hell.
Don't waste your prayers, dog. Soon hell will be coming to us.
Zena's losing her special friend.
We'll see one another.
Gabrielle's losing her innocence.
I've never been with a man before.
But the greatest loss of all could be their lives.
We're both gonna die, Zena. Always be optimistic.
Zena from 6:30 tonight.
And now the latest deal from Pizza Haven. Get 2 large deep pan pizzas with fresh dough, fresh mushrooms, fresh onions and capsicum, chopped cabanossi and pepperoni, or ham and pineapple, with heaps and heaps of mozzarella cheese, garlic bread, Coke, and a box of quality street chocolates.
Pizza Haven?
The Great Temptation Meal, just $19.90 delivered. The fastest way to Pizza Heaven is to call Pizza Haven on 131 241.
Hello. I want you to send 40,000 Tamagotchi to Austria.
Okay, boss. 40,000 Tamagotchis to Australia. Immediately.
Uncle Toby's are giving away 40,000 Generation 2 Tamagotchis. There are draws every week, and the first 500 entries received each week win instantly. Simply collect 3 tokens from specially marked Uncle Toby snack packs for your chance to win.
Hello, boss. I just got a call from Australia. They said they're absolutely delighted with Tamagotchi.
Australia? お前またやったじゃないか。このバカ野郎!
Blue ribbon cornetto from Streets. Feel the heartbeat.
Each year, breast and prostate cancer kills over 5,000 men and women. Yet a cure for these cancers can be found by piecing together their complex genetic jigsaw. The Garvan Institute is working towards solving this puzzle to find better treatments and ultimately cures for these cancers. You can help by becoming a lifesaver for the Garvan. Call 1-800-500-480.
8:30 tonight.
Without law, there is no civilization.
Winner of 7 Academy Awards.
You endure, but you have no courage.
Starring Alec Guinness and William Holden.
You've got to do it now.
The digitally remastered The Bridge on the River Kwai. 8:30 tonight.
Making a movie can often be a grueling experience, and working on Kull the Conqueror was no exception. The film was filled with some great action sequences that left the cast with rather distinctive memories.
A part of Zaretta is a very demanding role between, you know, being dunked in the water. How many times is that? 200 times. If a shark comes, we've been told to just knock him in the nose. The harness was like, oh my God, really hurt. They were up and down, up and down.
Up! Down! Down! Good. Hey, you got it.
John Nicolella kept calling me. I think I got a call almost every day for 2 weeks. Harvey, you can swim, can't you? Yeah, John, I swim every day.
Harvey, come on. It's like Brighton Beach. Go.
What I didn't know was that they were going to put on 50 pounds of leather first, dunk me in the water with boots, fill it all up with water, and then say, okay, swim.
No, I can't swim. I can't swim.
So the question shouldn't have been, Harvey, can you swim? It should have been, Harvey, can you swim with a cow on your back?
There was a part that I was being whipped. One time the person who was whipping me, John Hallam, missed. Well, he didn't miss, he hit, you know, when he was supposed to miss. And that forever became embedded in my conscience about that scene in this movie.
Well, for my character, I know the most exciting thing is getting to work on wires.
Don't try this at home.
That truly is a magical experience for me because I've never experienced that before. These are things that you don't usually do in real life, and it's fun getting to get up on the wires and do somersaults and see if you can actually pull these things off.
As for me, I didn't have too much to do. Just a little running, swimming, jumping, fighting, swinging, climbing. Well, you get the idea.
Kevin's got a great body. He can move. He really can, in fact, do his stunts. The fact of the matter is he's done all his stunts. I mean, you know, only when we have to drop somebody on their head, but he's done them all.
We've had Kevin going up the mast of the ship as the sail was coming down. Tremendous stunt action that he did himself on wires. We're very lucky to have someone like him.
I'll come right through. So a lot of time to shoot the fight scenes here. Hercules, I walk in the set and the stunt choreographer, okay, we got 3 hours to shoot this. You're doing this, you're going up there, you go down that ladder, you come over here, you flip over this guy, okay, ready, and go. And that's just television now. Right. So we get the luxury here of shooting them and covering them on a much broader scale.
We have approximately 500 weapons. Of all types and all forms, maces, axes, swords, spears, lances, staves, you name it, we've got it. As far as what they have to have for the fighting scenes, all of our weapons are made in steel first for camera front, and then aluminum and wood and plastic for fight scenes for safety reasons.
I had a great time with my opening fight sequence of this movie. We shot it over a week period outside, and it was a combination of me with an axe, and then Thomas and I had a huge fight in water up to our knees with blindfolds on and flaming swords.
The sword fighting I had done years in New York with a, rapier dagger and working on stage, so that came real easy. No! I worked with Jerry Petit, a sword choreographer, and Fran. They're great. And I had about 2 weeks prior to coming to Slovakia with them to work. And then once we're here, you're always like working on something, working on the next fight, or trying to get, a cool move.
Well, he's coming at me, and I just have to play a beat looking for anything and everything. Is that what I grab before he comes in?
Jerry's one of the original students of Bruce Lee. He trained Jason Scott Lee in The Dragon, so his credentials are very impressive.
I trained him the way I was trained, and that was to teach him how to really fight with a sword or with any weapon in his hand.
Jerry taught me stuff like how to hit a guy in the throat and take his tongue out and sort of kill him. things that are really useful when I usually go to bars.
Yeah.
Try to get that higher, right?
Yeah.
But what the training did, or is designed to do, is bring out all the attributes that we want somebody to have on screen. Not necessarily that they're going to be boxing or kickboxing or doing knife fighting, but to reach that look that we want.
And they worked with foot speed. They did different exercises to get my feet moving, so I didn't look like a total.
A lot of footwork. Footwork.
See, you got music, you got editing, you got all these different camera angles, and they can make me look like I'm a real stud. Just totally fake people out. It's good.
Take a ride on the wild side on a show like no other. See Marge versus the monorail and catch a wartime adventure. The Simpsons by request at the all-new time, 7:30 Sunday.
Hi, boys and girls. Here's a whole bunch of real good stories, terrific music, and lots of laughs.
Join HR Puff and Stuff and friends in their new CEO video, Holiday Fun Time. It's over 2 hours of non-stop entertainment with Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, the Bugaloos, Lidsville,
And of course, me, HR Puff and Stuff.
It's the perfect gift for the holidays. HR Puff and Stuff and friends in Holiday Fun Time. $19.95 from retailers everywhere.
And now you can play with us forever on video. See y'all real soon.
All year round.
Filming a period adventure like Kull the Conqueror is not easy. It takes authentic costumes, massive sets, and scenic locations to bring the story to life. And shooting Kull in countries like Slovakia and Croatia with an international crew, well, provided an additional challenge. But the most difficult part of the shoot, that may have been filming on water.
The sea is our life.
The sea is our home.
The sea is our life.
Problems in shooting on water. Boats, engines, waves, wind, sharks, mareals. What else did we encounter?
On the second gearbox broke, and we had to get a spare part flown in from Le Havre in France. On the third day, we had water over the gearbox and the boat was sinking. On the fourth day, the controls that control the throttle and the gears completely disintegrated. So you could say we've had a trouble-free shoot.
They initially thought about shooting this, all the water scenes in a studio, and people balked at that immediately. It just wouldn't have made sense, you know. And I'm glad we came out here because it's just, yeah, you get into it. How can you not get into it?
Quite an undertaking. Water, Ian just said, how come it takes so long to do, set up a shot? Everything moved. They were in one place at one time, so it was kind of, I'm talking like this.
I said, where are you filming this? He said, sunny Croatia. I said, is the weather really nice? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. It's summer there now. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. But it's a lovely place. I'm sure I'll come back again soon.
All I'm looking for in this at the end is this. Yeah, on him. The crew is made up of like more nationalities than the UN. So when you say quiet, it takes 12 people to say quiet in different languages.
You speak English?
You would say, you know what, I really need a glass of water on the set. And you say it to one of the ADs, and then he says it in Croatian to somebody, and they pass it on in French to somebody else, and it goes to Slovakian, then it goes to German, then it goes to Czech. I mean, it goes to all these different languages, and Romanian. There's so many different languages in there. And then they bring over a piece of wood. I mean, it's like, you know, water. You know, it's like they gave me a 2x4. I don't need this. You know, so it was quite. Actually, you had to laugh after a while. It was part of the fun of working on such a multi-dimensional crew like that.
Go too fast, Cull.
Not fast enough.
You are a part of a different world. I mean, that's why they came here. I mean, the locations have been terrific.
There's a production designer on this who's a Spaniard who comes in. He's like, oh, I can't do this. This is what I'm going to... And you ask for something, and magic appears.
Look at this set. This is unbelievable. I walked in this morning. I saw it half completed about 2 or 3 weeks ago and went, wow. I walked in this morning and went, okay, this is all right.
Sire, you no longer need bow to anyone.
The designers on this show are just, incredible. Savell, who does the costume designing,
I had no idea what he was going to look like. It tells me who the character is. It tells me how to approach it, and that's a great help.
My job is costume designer, and that means that you are designing whatever your director wants to see. He is thinking about the colorful world he wanted to show in this fairy tale. He was speaking about warmth and flames, and the one female type was obviously showing the fire colors, and which is the beautiful but bad witch.
I love everything that this wardrobe and makeup and hair department have come up with. I mean, it makes an actor's job so much easier.
You got the ship, you got the costumes, you got all the bad pirates, you got all the bad guys you got to fight, and I mean, to me, it's just it puts you in there.
With neighbors like these,
My taxes pay your salary.
who needs enemies?
All right, that's enough.
Forrest Gump's Tom Hanks. And Carrie Fisher in the comedy that'll bring the house
Do
down.
not mess with suburbanites.
The Burbs, 8:30 Monday.
As you've seen, Kull the Conqueror has plenty of action. But what would a sword and sorcery film be without the wizardry of special effects?
Acheron's kiss. Kiss of the sacred flame. Let it fire your soul.
We have 2 transformations. We have 2 humanoids. We have 6 mummies, huge, as you can see.
Come kiss your bride.
We've got hundreds of tricky little shots of magical staffs which come to life. The snake's head, which is on Inaros's staff, and he can fire this.
It was hooked up with a wire that once they pop this wire, the snake's head comes to life and comes around at me. And with fangs open, you do it quick enough, I get rid of it quick enough, and they put the CGI cane in there with the actual creature looking like the snake has come out of this cane and come to life.
We've got an ice cave which collapses and entombs Kull. We've actually created the whole thing with giant tip tanks and giant water tanks. Also, we have huge pieces of rock and ice blocks which fall on cue, and then followed by another tip box with an enormous amount of pieces of ice, made up ice and rock tumbling down.
I'm always amazed at what the special effects team can do.
It was an arm, though I put my one arm behind me and they had another arm here with a skin over like a wire thing underneath, and they pulled on the wires and it sort of rippled under the skin.
I will be invincible! We have 2 transformations. To Tia Carrere, we do completely her body and face, everything. So I have Tia in plastic. Could be nice for the fans.
It was a surprise to me when I first got to Slovakia that I was going to turn into a monster, but I was totally up for it.
When I was in the day, it was just a couple lights, an orange light above and below, and the wind fan as she was floating around there. And she looked intimidating just with that.
They started putting on prosthetic pieces, like, with something small here, then a larger one and a larger one, and you had to put them on and take them off. So it was, an all-day process to do 3 parts of the transformation, and then they digitally altered the film as well.
It's a full action, if you want to get on to what the film is about.
It's so much bigger than life.
Mike Woody!
This is like a fairy tale because of the costumes, the story, everything,
I don't think I'll tell you. to my character in this film. It's very dramatical. I can't quit! Terribly dramatical, and my fleas are kicking up.
Come and see it. Bring the family for crying out loud.
There's a lot of action, and there's a lot of sword swinging and things.
It's been action non-stop. They're slowly and surely killing me. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Kull the Conqueror has something for everyone. Action, humor, romance, special effects, in fact, everything a hero could want.
Produced in association with the Sci-Fi Channel.
Tonight on 10.
Wilshire Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue in Los Angeles. With the constant bustle of museums, shopping,